Have you ever wondered what really happens when your eyes close and the darkness of night embraces your consciousness? Do you believe that sleep is merely a physical rest, a pause in the incessant journey of wakefulness? Or could it be that behind the curtain of night lies a parallel universe, where your soul undertakes unimaginable journeys, witnessing truths veiled to common perception? Prepare to unveil the veils of ancient wisdom, long guarded in the hidden mysteries of existence. This is not just another video. It is an invitation to a transformative journey, an awakening to the true spiritual enlightenment that resides within your very essence. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, sought to alert us to something profound, something that transcends our linear understanding of time and space. He spoke of forbidden texts, of knowledge that defies imposed narratives, revealing the inner alchemy necessary to decipher the signals of the cosmic energy that permeates everything. What happens to your soul while your body rests in bed? Are the visions that inhabit your dreams mere fantasies or fragmented echoes of a vaster reality that your earthly consciousness can barely grasp? This is the time to question everything you've learned, to open your mind to possibilities that modern science only scratches the surface of. We're about to delve into the depths of your own being, revealing the true nature of your nocturnal experiences and how they hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the esoteric universe. If this search for truth resonates with you, leave, comment on what you hope to discover, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the revelations we're about to share. Join us on this expedition into the unknown, where each mystery unraveled is a step closer to your own divinity. Your dreams, then, are not mere ramblings of an exhausted mind, but rather portals, windows into a reality denser and more complex than your daytime perception can even conceive. It is on this nocturnal stage that ancient wisdom, encoded in symbols and sensations, manifests itself with disturbing clarity, whispering secrets that wakefulness tends to muffle. The hidden mysteries of consciousness await decipherment, and the keys to this understanding often reside in the very forbidden texts that inhabit humanity's collective unconscious, echoes of lost civilizations and teachings suppressed for ages. It's not just scrolls hidden in forgotten tombs or manuscripts kept in secret libraries, but vibrational knowledge, a universal language that the soul immediately understands, even if the conscious mind resists accepting it. Hermetic narratives, for example, are not just tale-less. They inspired and grounded inner alchemy in its most profound expressions. Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary sage, warned us, as above, so below, and as below, so above, to perform the miracles of a single thing. This maxim is the very essence of inner alchemy, the transmutation of the lead of ignorance and limitation into expanded perception and pure spiritual enlightenment. Each lucid dream, each prophetic vision that breaks the barrier of sleep, each encounter with primordial archetypes on the threshold of consciousness is a conscious step in this alchemy. It is an intentional alignment with the cosmic energy that pulses at the heart of the universe, connecting each being to an infinite tapestry of existence. Your subconscious mind, freed from the shackles of the daytime ego and imposed limiting beliefs, navigates freely through these Akashic records, absorbing the ancient wisdom that prepares the ground for your spiritual enlightenment. The true quest is not for an external manual that dictates the rules, but for the activation of the inner alchemy that unveils the hidden mysteries, deciphering the forbidden texts that were not written in ink, but rather inscribed in the tapestry of reality itself by the incessant and creative cosmic energy. The journey to spiritual enlightenment is in its purest essence, a remembrance, an unveiling of what already resides within you. Edgar Cayce, with his famous deep trance readings, accessed this vast network of information. He didn't divine the future. He attuned to the ancient wisdom contained in the Akashic records, a kind of cosmic library where every thought, emotion, and event is recorded. His diagnoses and prophecies were the practical manifestation of access to the hidden mysteries, allowing the individual's inner alchemy to be guided by cosmic energy towards spiritual enlightenment. But how can we distinguish the trivial from the transcendental in these hidden mysteries that present themselves in our dreams? How do the keys to this ancient wisdom manifest in our waking life? And what are the subtle signals that cosmic energy sends us to guide our inner alchemy, deciphering these forbidden texts toward even deeper spiritual enlightenment? To discern the trivial from the transcendental in the veils of sleep, one must listen not only to dream narratives, but also to the resonance they leave in the soul. Everyday dreams are echoes of daytime concerns, but hidden mysteries are revealed in those that carry with them a gravity, a sense of knowing that transcends logic. They are direct messages from ancient wisdom, inscribed in universal archetypes, inviting profound inner alchemy got in waking life. The keys to this ancient wisdom manifest as synchronicities, heightened intuitions, or déjà vu. They are flashes of cosmic energy aligning events, people, and thoughts to guide us. The Egyptian Book of the Dead is not only a guide to the afterlife, but a manual for navigating the inner realms of consciousness, a cartography of the hidden mysteries that unfold in life. It suggests that death is a metaphor for the great inner alchemy, where the lower self is transmuted into spiritual enlightenment. Its rituals were about purifying the soul's essence, the understanding that the forbidden texts are not bound volumes, but the decoding of human experience itself. It is the language of cosmic energy, communicating in patterns and resonances. Repetitive symbols, chance encounters, melodies that evoke unlived memories. These are the whispers of the forbidden texts, the grammar of ancient wisdom that inner alchemy must translate into spiritual enlightenment. They are not forbidden by an external authority, but because their access requires the dissolution of the barriers of ordinary perception, the courage to question and look within. The Tao Te Ching, another pillar of ancient wisdom, speaks of the unnameable nature of the Tao, which can only be experienced. It is a hidden mystery that is revealed only through attunement with cosmic energy, allowing inner alchemy to achieve spiritual enlightenment. The question is not just to identify these signs, but how to intensify our ability to receive them, to become better translators of these forbidden texts. If ancient wisdom is written in everything, from the flight of a bird to the shape of the stars, how can we tune our inner alchemy to read this vast library of cosmic energy and deepen our spiritual enlightenment, unraveling hidden mysteries that still await us? If we seek to attune, we must first understand not all attunement occurs during wakefulness. There is a state where the conscious mind retreats and the soul, freed from its physical bonds, undertakes its own journeys. I speak of sleep not as a mere rest for the body, but as a portal, a deep immersion into another layer of reality. Ancient wisdom, present in civilizations as diverse as the Egyptian and Native American cultures, has always understood sleep as a period of intense psychic activity. For the ancient Egyptians, the Kie and Ba, aspects of the soul, could travel freely during sleep, exploring the do-it or interacting with the gods. Their pyramids and temples, with their intricate symbology, are in part forbidden texts of a cartography of dream consciousness. They believed that, upon awakening, fragments of these journeys returned as dreams, coded messages that required interpretation for spiritual enlightenment. It is in this twilight realm that inner alchemy manifests itself in mysterious ways. It is not only the body that is restored, but the very essence of the being that ventures into ethereal dimensions, accessing realms that escape the logic of waking life. Dreams, these fleeting and often chaotic glimpses, are remnants of these soul expeditions. They are the diluted memory of encounters with cosmic energy in its purest forms, of dialogues with the collective unconscious, and of immersions in archetypal landscapes. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, or Barda Fadal, describes intermediate, states between death and rebirth that resemble lucid dream experiences, suggesting a continuity of consciousness beyond the veil of life and death. Evidence of the hidden mysteries of existence. Consider the oracles of antiquity, such as that of Delphi, where priests and priestesses entered a trance, a threshold state between sleep and wakefulness, to receive visions and prophecies. Were they not, in some way, accessing the same current of cosmic energy that flows through the dream realm? Shamanic narratives of soul journeys to higher and lower worlds, for healing or the search for knowledge, are echoes of this same ancient wisdom about the potential of non-wake consciousness. These journeys are the true forbidden texts, not written on papyrus, but in the invisible tapestry of existence, waiting to be read and interpreted by those willing to delve into their own abysses. Understanding sleep as a journey of the soul offers us a new perspective on the nature of reality and our place within it. Each dream, however trivial it may seem, can be a fragment of a hidden mystery revealed, a key to deepening our spiritual enlightenment, a step in our inner alchemy. But if the soul travels and dreams are mere echoes, how can we decipher the full language of these dimensions and consciously learn to navigate them? How can we go beyond the fragments and access the entire library? The often described feeling of falling is the very moment when the veil of physical perception loosens. It is not a downward fall, but a release from the dense envelope, like a diver freeing himself from the weights to float in lighter waters. It is the soul, the Egyptian Ba, detaching itself, even if only for a moment, from the physical body, the Ka. This is the ancient wisdom whispered within each of us, an echo of our true extraphysical nature. When this occurs, consciousness, previously imprisoned by the mundane senses, expands. The doors of perception open to the invisible. No longer limited by retinal vision or epidermal touch, the mind perceives frequencies and dimensions that the waking state ignores. This transition is the key to unlocking the hidden mysteries of existence itself. This separation is not uniform. It occurs on multiple levels, like concentric layers. Deep sleep, without remembered dreams, can be an unconscious departure to spheres of rest and regeneration. Vivid dreams are the first conscious incursions into other planes, where fragments of spiritual memory and glimpses of higher truths can be accessed. The famous astral travel, or projection of consciousness outside the physical body, represents a more advanced and deliberate level of this separation, where the practitioner can consciously navigate non-physical realms. It is inner alchemy, in its most literal form, transmuting consciousness from a dense state to a more subtle one. The ancient Egyptians, in their pyramid texts and Book of the Dead, did not view sleep as mere inactivity, but as a form of temporary death, a journey of the spirit. They spoke of the Ak, the glorified soul that could ascend to the heavens, and the Ba, the soul that could travel freely, returning to the body upon awakening. This deep belief in the mobility of consciousness was part of their worldview and their quest for spiritual enlightenment. Similarly, shamans from diverse cultures describe extraphysical journeys facilitated by altered states of consciousness, where cosmic energy is the river that carries the soul's bark away from the shores of the material world. They do not dream, but travel to heal, gain knowledge, or communicate with ancestral spirits. These narratives are not mere legends. They are maps, legacies left by those who mastered the art of separation. The forbidden texts are often not bound volumes, but knowledge transmitted orally, or encoded in rituals and symbols on how to access these states. They speak of the silver cord, the ethereal link that keeps the soul connected to the body, even on the most distant journeys. Its elasticity allows consciousness to venture far, and its pull, perceived as the fall, is the signal for return, for reconnection with the material envelope. But if this separation is an innate capacity, why do so few consciously explore it? Has modern civilization disconnected us from our ancient wisdom? Or are there even deeper veils to be unraveled, preventing the complete memory of these journeys? If sleep is a portal to the vastness of existence, how can we learn to traverse it with intention, not just by accident, to bring back not just fragments, but the fullness of the revelations that await on the other side of the veil? Yes, sleep is a portal, but not a single gateway to a single dimension. Ancient wisdom and the forbidden texts reveal that the soul, upon detachment, navigates different energetic planes, each with its own laws and revelations. Most people experience what we call the foreground, the densest dream realm, where the echoes of everyday life mingle with the first glimpses of the subconscious. This is where dreams are most vivid, often confusing, but where conscious astral projections also begin. Think of the temples of Asclepius in ancient Greece, where the sick sought incubatio, a sacred sleep induced to receive healing or divine counsel through dreams. They weren't just dreaming. They were intentionally navigating this foreground, seeking inner alchemy to transmute illness. It is a space of transition, where cosmic energy is perceived as flow, and where the silver cord is still easily felt, pulling the traveler back to the material body. But there is more. Beyond this initial veil lies the second, more subtle and archetypal plane. It is a realm of universal symbols and primordial truths, where hidden mysteries reveal themselves not as narratives, but as pure concepts. Here, the mind not only dreams, but knows. The most experienced shamans travel not to interact with the reflection of their fears, but to consult the cosmic library, a repository of ancient wisdom, accessible only when consciousness transcends. Individual form. Egyptian traditions, in their books of the dead, and the Indian Vedas, with their descriptions of the lokas, or planes of existence, allude to this dimension where spiritual enlightenment begins to solidify, where one can interact with entities of pure light or access information that transcends material logic. It is a space of profound healing and restructuring of one's essence, where inner alchemy reaches levels of mental transformation. And finally, there is the third plane, the most ethereal, the final frontier of consciousness in its journey out of the body. Few reach it fully, and its description in the forbidden texts is always veiled in metaphors about the dissolution of the self into the whole. It is the realm of oneness, of pure cosmic energy, where consciousness merges with the source of all creation. Here, time and space lose their meaning. There are no visions, only being. This is the pinnacle of spiritual enlightenment, where inner alchemy is completed in the awareness of being one with the universe. Some call it the Buddhic or causal plane, a place where consciousness itself is the cosmos dot. The challenge for us is not only to travel through these planes, but to return with our memories intact, with the ancient wisdom of these realms transfigured into our waking reality. For if the soul can experience such truths in the immensity of sleep, what prevents us from manifesting the same cosmic energy, the same spiritual enlightenment, when we are fully awake? Is the barrier between these planes truly impenetrable, or is it our perception that requires an inner alchemy to transcend the illusion of separation? Is the barrier between these planes truly impenetrable, or does our perception require an inner alchemy to transcend the illusion of separation? To unravel this question, we must delve into what we call the etheric physical plane, a dimension that, although resembling our material reality, operates under slightly different laws, almost like a subtle mirror of what we consider solid. Ancient wisdom across various cultures describes this layer as the energetic body, the aura, the vital force field that permeates and surrounds our dense physical body. The ancient Egyptians, for example, referred to the Ka, or etheric double, an energetic counterpart that separated from the body at death, but was also accessible in altered states of consciousness or dreams. In the East, the concept of prana. In yoga, or ki, in Chinese medicine points to this cosmic energy that flows through subtle channels, the nadis or meridians, connecting the physical to the etheric. These hidden mysteries were the basis of their healing and longevity practices, allowing the manipulation of this vital current to optimize well-being and consciousness. The etheric physical plane is where matter meets energy in a more tangible form. The laws of physics, such as gravity and inertia, still apply, but in a more fluid and malleable manner. Etheric objects have form, but are less dense, capable of interpenetrating or being influenced by thought in a way that ordinary physical objects cannot. It is the realm where phenomena such as subtle telekinesis, energy healing, and initial astral projection find their substrate. It is the ghost of matter, its energetic matrix. The forbidden texts, like some medieval hermetic and esoteric manuscripts, allude to this subtle matter or philosophical ether, not as an abstraction, but as a real, albeit invisible, substance. They describe experiments in inner alchemy to manipulate this energy, transforming not metals into gold, but consciousness into spiritual enlightenment. This dimension is crucial because it acts as a direct bridge between our thoughts and the material world. It is here that our intentions and emotions, manifested as subtle energy, begin to interact with physical reality, creating a field of resonance. A disease, for example, often has its etheric origin before manifesting in the physical body. Ancient wisdom taught that by healing the etheric body, healing of the physical body would naturally follow, a truth that modern medicine has rediscovered through studies of the biofield. This explains why the manipulation of cosmic energy through techniques such as acupuncture or the laying on of hands can have profound effects on health and vitality. The exploration of the etheric physical reveals that the separation between mind and matter is a grosser illusion than we imagine. It is on this plane that inner alchemy finds its most fertile ground for manifestation in the tangible world, where ethereal desire takes shape. Our thoughts and feelings are not just brain waves. They are energetic thought forms that interact with this etheric layer, shaping it and, by extension, influencing our physical reality. But if this layer is so accessible and influenceable, why do we remain so blind to its existence, confined to material density? Is the density of our own ego the main barrier, or are there hidden mysteries that have not yet been fully revealed? About how this interconnection operates and manifests in everyday life, awaiting spiritual enlightenment to allow us to glimpse the invisible webs that connect us to everything. But if this layer is so accessible and influenceable, why do we remain so blind to its existence, confined to material density? Is the density of our own ego the main barrier, or are there hidden mysteries that have not yet been fully revealed? About how this interconnection operates and manifests itself in everyday life, waiting for spiritual enlightenment to allow us to glimpse the invisible webs that connect us to everything. We now enter a more volatile realm, the intermediate astral, where the line between thought and reality dissolves almost completely. If the etheric plane is the subtle architect, the astral is the impetuous craftsman, driven by the sheer force of emotions and desires. Here, creation is instantaneous, an immediate response to your inner landscape. There is no time for subtle energy to condense. It manifests in an instant, shaping the environment with the brute force of your most intense feelings. It is the realm of lucid dreams and the most terrifying nightmares, where joy can erect palaces of light and fear can summon abysses of darkness. Ancient wisdom, present in cultures such as the Australian Aborigines and the ancient Egyptians, described this plane as the land of dreams or the field of reeds, a place where travelers of consciousness needed specific guides and rituals to avoid getting lost in the web of their own projections. Many forbidden texts, silenced by orthodoxy, detail rituals for astral projection and the conscious manipulation of this dreamlike reality, warning of the dangers of an unbalanced psyche. They reveal that every emotion, every unresolved desire, every attachment or aversion materializes as a vivid thought form, inhabiting this plane and influencing those who unconsciously traverse it. Inner alchemy takes on a new dimension here. For who you are internally, the state of your soul defines the nature of your experience. It is an amplified mirror of the soul. The cosmic energy that permeates this plane is pure potentiality, and it is our emotions that give it shape and direction. It is on this stage that many hidden mysteries of the collective consciousness are woven, where the fears and hopes of millions of souls can coalesce into entities or landscapes that seem real. The unwary traveler may encounter egregores, beings, born from the sum of human emotions, or energetic residues of ancient passions. But what awaits us when we ascend beyond the immediacy of desire and emotion, to a realm where the very form of thoughts no longer defines reality, but pure consciousness becomes the constructor itself? What is revealed when spiritual enlightenment transcends the duality of desire and fear? If the astral plane, with its projections and egregores, is a mirror of the soul shaped by emotions and desires, there is a higher plane that transcends thought form. We ascend to what some call the higher mental plane, or Buddhic in certain traditions, where inner alchemy reaches its most subtle phase. Here, pure consciousness does not project desires, but directly accesses the hidden mysteries of existence. This is the realm of the Akashic records, the great cosmic library, the etheric repository of all ancient wisdom. Imagine not a physical place, but a vibratory field of pure cosmic energy where every event, thought, and emotion of every being that has ever existed is recorded as archetypal information. The history of forgotten civilizations, the secrets of the universe, and the script of your past incarnations and potential futures are accessible here not as images, but as direct downloads of knowledge, an instant understanding that resonates. In the soul, without personal distortion, many forbidden texts, veiled for centuries, such as Hermetic fragments or Vedic, Puranas allude to a universal memory, or Book of Life. The ancient Egyptians, with their halls of Amenti, and the Essenes, with their tablets of life, described an etheric reality recording everything. It is on this plane that spiritual enlightenment manifests as immersion in the supreme truth, dissolving the illusions of separation, linear time, and mortality. Inner alchemy at this level is the transmutation of ignorance into gnosis, of fragmented perception into unitary consciousness. It is learning to read the symbols and matrices that sustain reality, realizing that past, present, and future coexist as vibratory possibilities. Here, the fine line between what was, what is, and what will be dissolved, and understanding your multiple existences becomes a tool for shaping your current path. It is not mere curiosity about past lives, but the integration of wisdom and unlearned lessons, allowing a profound reorientation of life's purpose, a calibration of the soul with its own divine essence. But if all the wisdom of the universe is revealed on this plane, and the story of your soul unfolds before your inner eyes, revealing potentials of mastery, what happens when this torrent of cosmic knowledge encounters the human mind, trapped by its limitations? How can the individual self-contain the infinite without becoming overwhelmed? And what is the true purpose of such revelation, if not its manifestation and incarnation on the plane of matter, where will becomes action and spirit is concretized in form, weaving new hidden mysteries into the tapestry of life? But for this manifestation to occur, for spirit to dance within matter, and for cosmic knowledge to enrich the human vessel rather than overwhelm, there exists a primordial link, a vibratory bridge of inestimable value, the silver thread, known in various ancient wisdoms as the soul cord, the spiritual cord, or the life thread. This is the etheric conduit that connects the physical body to consciousness, allowing exploration of the extra-physical realms without complete separation. From the fleshly form, the occult mysteries of ancient Egyptian schools, such as those described in the papyri of Ani and the Book of the Dead, while focusing primarily on the afterlife journey, alluded to this thread in their depictions of the soul, Ba, returning to the body, Kuah, or navigating the Duat. Likewise, the Sufis, in their practices of astral projection and remote viewing, recognized the existence of an invisible bond, a nation of light that ensured return. And certain Gnostic sects, in their forbidden texts, such as some codices found at Nag Hammadi, spoke of a current of luminescent energy connecting the spirit to the vehicle of flesh, essential for reincarnation and for soul travels during deep sleep or altered states. This silver thread is not made of dense matter. It is an emanation of cosmic energy, pure light and information, infinitely elastic, capable of extending unimaginable distances, crossing veils and dimensions. Its nature is simultaneously resilient and delicate. Its color, an iridescent silver, pulsating with life, is a direct reflection of the vibrational state of the consciousness that projects it. It connects primarily to the physical body through vital energy points. Many traditions point to the umbilical chakra or solar plexus, like an etheric umbilical cord that nourishes and maintains the vitality of the physical body as consciousness ventures forth. Other currents, more advanced in inner alchemy, suggest a more subtle connection in the crown chakra or third eye for projections of greater lucidity and control. The condition of this thread is crucial to the quality of the soul's journey. A strong, pure, and vibrant silver thread allows for deeper spiritual enlightenment, clarity in recalling out-of-body experiences, and a smooth and safe return. It acts as a high-fidelity channel for transmitting information and energy between the planes. However, a thread weakened by physical, emotional, or spiritual imbalances, such as fear, trauma, addictions, or neglected inner alchemy, can result in fragmented experiences, difficulty maintaining lucidity outside the body, and even an inability to recall experiences. In these cases, the connection is tenuous, like a noisy telephone line, distorting the message and hindering the return to full consciousness in the body. The definitive breaking of this thread is what we call death, the irreversible separation of the soul from the body. Yet it is an event that transcends mere interruption, as it marks the transition to other hidden mysteries, where existence takes on new forms. But if the silver thread is what anchors us to matter and allows us to embark on great journeys, what happens when this anchor is released of its own accord, or transmuted into something beyond the need for a cord? Is there a form of consciousness that dispenses with this connection, that rises beyond the very concept of body and return? Or is death itself merely a phase in an even broader journey? If the soul ventures, even by a thread, there are realms where density dissolves and the laws governing the physical body lose their power. It is at this threshold, when the veil of sleep lifts, that we become both travelers and, at times, vulnerable. The ancient wisdom of various cultures warns of the dangers of the lower astral plane, a domain inhabited by entities that feed on our very essence. Referred to in occult mysteries as astral parasites or energy vampires, they are attracted to the turbulence of human emotions, fear, anger, deep sadness. As the body rests, our aura becomes more porous, an open field for intrusion. Sleep paralysis, often attributed to neurological phenomena, is in certain traditions a vivid testament to this vulnerability. Ancient accounts speak of succubi and incubi, or of the old hag who presses on the chest legends that echo. An experience where consciousness is awake, but the body is immobile, and an oppressive presence is felt. These are not mere fantasies. They are the manifestation of a dissonant energy seeking to feed on vital energy, especially the panic generated by helplessness. But ancient wisdom does not leave us unprotected. Spiritual enlightenment comes from knowledge and practice. One of the most fundamental methods is energy cleansing, an inner alchemy that purifies the auric field. Herbal baths, smudging with sage or frankincense, and visualizing protective light are ancient rituals. The use of crystals, such as amethyst for transmutation and protection, or black tourmaline for grounding and absorbing negative energies, is knowledge that dates back to forbidden texts and esoteric practices. Meditation, then, is not only a path to inner peace, but a powerful tool for strengthening the aura, creating an impenetrable vibrational shield. The secret, however, lies in the deepest inner alchemy, the cultivation of elevated emotions. Love, gratitude, compassion, and joy generate a high-frequency cosmic energy that acts as a natural repellent to these densely vibrating entities. It is our own inner light that becomes the most effective barrier. When we rise above the resonance of fear, we become invisible to that which feeds on it. But what if, even with all the protection, the shadow persists? What if the fragility of sleep reveals portals our waking consciousness prefers to ignore? Could true protection lie not in escape, but in understanding the nature of the shadow itself, both external and internal, and thus transcending the cycle of attack and defense? True alchemy lies not in banishing the shadow, but in integrating it, transforming fear into wisdom and vulnerability into strength. The most powerful light arises from the full acceptance of oneself. What secrets does your own shadow hold? Share in the comments. If this journey resonated with you, like, subscribe, and spread this light. And to delve deeper into the veils of the unconscious, watch our video on Deciphering Your Dreams, Messages from Beyond.